Hey, Namaste, bitches. It's Teresa Giudice, and I'm here with my co-host, Melissa Feaster.
What's up, our Namaste bitches? We are back, and I can't believe it. We are back with a very, very special guest today. So you guys, let me tell you about this lady. Not only was she like the biggest hotness to ever come out of Atlanta, hence why it's called Hotlanta. This woman literally made it called Hotlanta.
Yes.
But also, if you guys don't know the backstory, she's probably one of the biggest reasons Teresa and I even have this freaking podcast.
Yes, definitely.
So, backstory about this woman. She is on the Ultimate Girls Trip with Teresa. And I'm trying to give it suspense, you guys. If you haven't figured it out yet, because you live under a rock and you don't know who the hell I'm talking about yet. But this woman was on Ultimate Girls Trip with Teresa. She's in LA and she says, hey, yo, Melissa, my husband at the time cannot come with me. Do you want to be my date to the Ultimate Girls Trip premiere? And I'm like, no, I can't. Sorry, I'm washing my hair. Duh. I throw my kids into the closet, lock them up for the night. I grab my bottle of tequila and I start boozing all the way up to the premiere. And this is where I meet Teresa.
And it was love at first sight.
It was love at first sight. It was love at first sight. So you guys, if you don't know who I am talking about, then again, get out from the rock you are underneath. It is the one, the only, the most glamorously beautiful lady.
Yes.
Cynthia Bailey.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that was an introduction. Woo! Thank
I
you.
could have gone on and on and on, but I know that our producer's like, yo, Melissa, stop running your mouth. Get to Cynthia already. This is not about you. This is about Cynthia.
All right. Well, first of all, let me just say I'm so excited to be on your podcast. Like, this is so crazy that you guys.
Cynthia, we're so honored. You're our first guest. Like, we had Louis, my husband. So I mean, he counts a little bit, but not really. But you're
that's married, and then like I'm the first non-married, non-blood guest, right?
Correct.
Cynthia, what did I tell you about being the first guest? You're the first guest outside of what?
Have seen your breast? No, what did you say?
I said, you're our first guest outside of guys that Teresa has boned.
That's right.
Yeah, so it doesn't count. So you are our official guest. Yes. So then
I'm excited to be here, you guys. I love you guys, and I'm so glad that I was able to make the connection. And you guys are just over here living your best lives now. Like, I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah, and look, and you connect to see how much you love me. You connected me with a beautiful Melissa.
Yes,
that's how much you love me.
I know. I love both.
It is crazy. I wanted to get to Cynthia, but it is so. Real quick. So I had Cynthia's ex, Mike, on my other podcast side piece. Mike kept talking about this Melissa, and Cynthia's like, who the hell is Melissa, Mike? So then Mike, Cynthia, Josh, and I meet up for dinner. And that was another love at first sight.
Right.
We were bumping boobs before the night was even over. Okay. So then Cynthia and I are cool. We are like, awesome. She's in LA. We're hanging out. And then that's when she was like, hey, Melissa, Ultimate Girls Trip premiere in LA. Mike can't come. Can you be my date? Of course, duh. I go. And I'm back in the back room with Cynthia. And in walks Teresa. And I'm like, oh, shit. Is this bitch going to be crazy? Are we going to be cool? Like, I don't know how this is going to go. And like I've said before, she was nothing but amazing and loving and warm and welcoming. And I will say, Cynthia, I've told you both, I'm not just saying this because Teresa's staring at me with these eyes. There were other women there on the Ultimate Girls Trip that weren't so friendly. So I'm not just saying this to blow smoke up Teresa's ass.
No, it's true. It's true. I remember us talking about that. But here's the thing, and it's so funny that you say this. When I just think it's so crazy that people have this perception that Teresa's crazy. When I tell you, when I did the Ultimate Girls Trip, she was Oh my God, the love of my life. And she was the lady that I was the most excited to meet, the one that I was the most curious about because, she's been through a lot. And I love strong women that, overcome, things that happen.
Thank you.
And
Ditto.
so I was like, tell me about, we talked about jail, we talked about everything. And you were just, Teresa, you were just so genuine and just so honest and so kind to me. So you will forever be my favorite. And that's why we're friends. We went on to be really great friends outside.
Yes.
But I kind of hate that people think she's like different than the way she is because she's so freaking nice and sweet. I'm like, no. You guys, the ones that you guys think are nice and sweet are probably
not.
I know. Because it's my show. I guess it's the way a lot of people come for me, and then I guess I have to defend myself. So then, and I mean, I'm working on myself. Like
Amen.
Because the way I used to react was not, always in the best light.
Yeah, you've grown. Absolutely.
And and I'll say it all day long. Like, I think it's better. You need to talk with your words instead of getting physical.
Instead of flipping the table.
I definitely don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah, but Teresa, you've also been like Tyson, you're like blocking the jabs coming in,
Yes. No, you're right.
In the ring.
I've gotten a cheese thrown at me and I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, yeah. I was like,
But you know what? Back to what Cynthia was saying, again, not like this is not just for the podcast and because we're all sitting here talking to each other. True story. Cynthia and I talked about you because I was like, tell me about the Ultimate Girls Trip. Who was cool? Who was not? Because again, I met the ladies. Some not very cool at all. And she said, I think verbatim almost. She's like, if I'm going to go to like somewhere, Teresa is the person I would call. Like I would stay at her house. We're cool like that.
Yeah.
Not like I'm going to town. I'm popping in saying hi. Like we're so cool and I love her so much. And I think so like highly of her that I would literally go stay at her house if I was going over there.
I would. Yeah.
It was a great connection.
Definitely.
Had you guys met pre-Ultimate Girls Trip ever?
I think we went out to dinner in when I was in Atlanta. And I think I went out with her and Nene, right? We went out to dinner.
God, that was a long time ago.
Yes.
Yeah, we sure did. That was the first time I had ever met you. And then in New York, we also went to dinner with our friend Taja that we have in common.
Yes.
And her husband. I forgot where we went, but we had dinner that night. But the trip was the first time we really, spent any real time together.
Yeah. And like we connected and we actually talked and hung out and all that. Yeah.
Damn, that was back in the day. You going out with Nene and Cynthia?
Yeah. Like a long time ago. Yeah.
I mean, speaking of Nene, Cynthia, you're obviously the OG of Real Housewives of Hotlanta.
One of, yes, not the one of. Yep.
One of. Okay, that's nice. You share it. I appreciate that. I mean, but like, freaking G. How long were you on? 10, 11 years?
11 seasons.
Wow.
So what was the final thing? I know you and I have kind of talked about this, but what was the final thing to be like, I'm done. I need to walk away. This is just not my jam anymore. It's not for me anymore.
Honestly, for me, I just felt like, I was starting a new marriage. I wanted to, spend more time, with my husband, be in the same city with my husband because most of the relationship was long distance. And, 11 years is a long time with no break. I'd never been a friend. I'd never taken a year off. So I felt like I just had my full circle moment, you know what I'm saying? Where I just needed to just focus on my life.
Yeah, her marriage, right?
Absolutely. And, I don't know how demanding, Jersey is with the filming schedule, but we go to work down here.
Their schedule was so much more intense than ours was.
Yeah, we shoot a lot and we shoot a long time. And, I'm the kind of person when I'm focused on something, that's where all my focus is. And I just felt like I just needed, like, I know they call it like a pause, a break or whatever. They did give me an opportunity to come back as a friend. And I actually thought about it, but I still didn't feel like it would give me, I still would have to be in Atlanta. It just wouldn't give me the flexibility to be in LA and really spend time with my husband like I needed to. So I passed on it. It was a great offer. Like I love the network. We have a great relationship with Truly Original still. Like those people, all those people are my family. Andy, love him. We text all the time. So I just needed a break. But here's the good news. I will say I got bit by the BravoCon bug when I was there.
Okay.
And, I did miss the connection with the fans and all that good stuff. So I have been, kind of popping in and out with the girls since I've been spending a little bit more time in Atlanta, more on a friend basis, not like an official friend or anything like that. But, you guys will see me a little bit on the next season. And, it's fun. It's fun for me. I kind of go in and I don't have to talk about my personal life or my personal story. I've gone through 2 marriages and 2 divorces on the show. So I don't have anything else to give right now.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to go and check in with the girls and, let them download me on what they have going on and, support all the things that they're doing.
So if you're popping in, obviously the cast knew that you were back in Atlanta a lot. But did they know that you were going to show up filming?
No, they didn't because, some of the ladies that I'm closest to, they're like, sure you don't come back? They check in on me all the time and I see them when I'm, when they're in LA.
Well, I'm sure you hang out with the ones that you're close with, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
But I still, at that point, they would invite me to things and I'm like, well, are you guys filming it? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, well, I'm not really filming on the show right now. So that would come up. And then once my mom got sick and I decided to spend a little bit more time here, I just decided, you know what, if there's a way we can make this make sense, then, I'll pop into some of the events that I would organically want to go to anyway. And, we worked something out and it's been great. I'm actually filming tonight.
Oh, that's so good. Awesome.
Yeah, and then tomorrow's the finale. And I can't tell you guys whose finale and all that stuff is, how they are. But I'm going to go to an event tonight. And then tomorrow's their last day of filming. And I'm going to go to that. And then I head to LA on Sunday.
Oh, my God. That's
Come out
awesome.
to see me. What?
You know what? I like this kind of pop in and out stuff. Like,
Yeah.
even like, a lot of people always ask me about Beverly Hills. Like, again, not interested in talking about my personal life. Done it. I just can't do it as a housewife anymore. Not at this time. I feel like my next relationship, whenever, that happens, I really feel like I just don't know if I want to be public with it like that. I just think I need a real shot at just getting to know the person without it being so public. Because even once it becomes public, it's hard because then the blogs start. And then if you're filming on the show, then that's just like a whole other thing. So I really feel like as excited as I am when I meet someone, as you guys saw how excited I was to meet Mike, I think I'm going to, be private about it this time around. But going back to the whole pop-in thing, I'm really enjoying, the relationships, the authentic relationships that I have with the women. So like, even like going back to Beverly Hills, like I actually connected with Sutton and Crystal and, I've known Garcelle from years and years when we're modeling. If they, Sudden, Crystal's like, hey, I want to invite you to an event. And I'm like, okay, sure. So I'm thinking about being kind of like pop-in girl. Like I'll go and support them. And Teresa, if you have anything, like I would organically come and support you as well. So for right now, at this point in my life, I'm really enjoying just, supporting my girls and just having a good time with the show and just showing my face from time to time.
Just popping it like it's hot.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, Phaedra did that on Dubai.
Exactly. And
yeah,
that's another thing. Chanel Yan, we've been going back and forth talking. They haven't started filming yet. But when we met, she was like, oh my God, I was so inspired by you. The Bailey Agency, School of Fashion, like she has some kind of agency. I think, obviously she's a model and she's all involved in fashion. And she was like, we should do something together. So I'm definitely, we've been talking about me going to film some scenes with her in Dubai.
That's dope.
I mean, be clear. I want to go to Dubai anyway. I've never been actually. So I was like, okay, that could work. I could go and hang out with the Dubai ladies and actually, just take a vacation as well.
And your assistant would go with you.
Oh, of course, my new assistant that just started working for me just right now on this podcast.
Oh, did you not know that you hired me? Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot I hired you like a second ago.
You're welcome.
Hey everyone, this is Heather Dubrow, and do I have some exciting news for you? We are launching a variety of new episodes that are going to have amazing special guests, some of my close friends, and so much more. It's going to be really fun, and we're going to get to hear from fans, new friends, and get an inside look of my world. We're really excited for you to listen and join in for Heather Dubrow's World on Podcast One. Episodes drop on Thursdays and Fridays. Tune in on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Listen, if you had to choose between Beverly Hills and Atlanta, and they said full time, you have to do one. Which one would you choose?
Atlanta.
It's her home. It's her home.
Atlanta's home. This is the home of Lake Bailey. I don't really have any real roots in LA. I love LA, but I don't have any real roots there. And, now that I've been back at Lake Bailey, which is where I'm at now, it just feels good to be back in my space. And it just, it's just a reminder of why I even bought this house in the first place. This is my peace. This is my sanctuary. And I can't lose that. Like, I have to always hold on to that, because that's part of, the balance that I need in my life right now. I'm really, spending a lot of time putting the energy that I would normally put into a relationship into myself, which is why you guys see me, working out. I gained, some weight, and that was the biggest I've ever been in my life. And it's so crazy because I didn't feel like I was eating more or being that unhealthy. I think a lot of it just had to do with stress. I just was not in a place of peace. And as soon as I came back to Lake Bailey, which is my peace, I started losing weight. I started, getting myself together.
Yeah, you look amazing. I
Thank
see
you so
you on the gram working out. I'm like,
dancing.
yes, you look so good. Yeah.
You know what's crazy though, Cynthia? Because we've talked about this, all the times that you were bouncing back and forth to LA. And I would always be like, why are you keeping a place in Atlanta? Like, your man is here, your husband, like, make this your home. Isn't it crazy that a part of you was still like, I don't know. I still feel like I need to keep Lake Bailey, because most people would have been like, I'm out of Atlanta. My new place with my new husband is somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm selling it. I'm getting rid of it. Is it crazy that a part of you knew?
Your mom is there too, right? Like, that's your home.
Yeah, most of my family's here. Only Noelle is in LA, to be honest.
Your
But
daughter.
to your point, Melissa, I just have to just give that up to God. Like, I did think about selling it many times. And then I thought about renting it out. I thought about doing a lot of different things with Lake Bailey, because it was just sitting here the entire time that I was in California. And I don't know, something just said, that's your peace. Don't ever give up your peace. Don't ever give up your peace. So I didn't. And it ended up working out.
Obviously I know Mike. I met Mike before I met you. Actually, I met Mike before I met both of you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Mike, right? And so it was sad, to hear that it wasn't going to work out anymore for you guys.
Yeah, I know.
But you're like officially
Yeah. Are you divorced?
done.
Mike and I are officially divorced.
Oh my God, she's ready to date.
You are officially single and ready to mingle.
Mingle. Yes, we got it. All right.
I am officially divorced. I've been officially divorced probably about 3 weeks now at this point. And, I didn't feel like before I got that decree that I was single. Like, although we hadn't been together, although we, had moved on and separated, and we were going through the process of the divorce, I just wanted to honor my marriage all the way until I got that decree. Like, for me, that was when it's like, okay, it's done. And, Mike and I have a great relationship. I still love him. I'll always love him. I'm still his number one fan. And I'm really excited that, we both have an opportunity to go out into our lives and continue to be great and meet someone that, that we want to be with. So I think it's a good thing. But in terms of me dating, it's funny because I'm actually, I'm 55 years old. I've always been very transparent about my age. I'm turning 56 in February.
And real. You are so fucking hot. It's insane.
you.
Insane.
Thank you so much. A lot of, my
Yes.
friends, family, fans, they're always like, take your time. Don't rush into anything. Take your time. I'm like, I'm about to be 56 years old.
Exactly.
I have the luxury of time.
Clock
I'm
is
not saying
ticking.
that I'm like running to the altar, but I definitely want to, meet. I want to start like meeting people. I want like companionship.
Yes.
Lake Bailey's beautiful and peaceful, but it is lonely here, especially at night. So I definitely want to at least start putting myself out there to, at least start going on some dates. So I'm looking forward to that part. Now, getting married again. I know I said I would never get married before, and then I married Mike.
Never say never, baby. Never say never.
Never, but I'm going to say that honestly is just not like a huge priority for me, but I'm not going to not get married if I meet the right guy. So I'm just leaving it up to God, but I am, I'm ready to get back out there. I'm not letting the grass grow too high up under my feet over here.
You
Okay?
better not. Yeah, no, definitely not. And third time, they say it's always a charm.
Yes.
I know a lot of women that their third marriages work out. I mean, I know some women that are going on their fourth.
Hey, you know what? I'm the kind of woman, I will just keep going until I get it right. Honestly.
Yes, no, definitely.
Settle, and I don't want to be unhappy. I don't want anyone to be unhappy.
No, nobody should be unhappy.
If it doesn't work, it just doesn't work, and we just can hug it out and move on.
And I love that you guys are still friends.
I know.
And I know Mike too, because we double dated with Louie.
Oh my God, Mike loves you guys.
Yeah, and Mike and Louie, got really close.
Mike and Louie connected, and I love Louie, by the way. I love Louie. I know people give him a hard time and stuff, but when I tell you, I'm always defending him. Because
that was just because of the first season. That's because because of Margaret and whatever, and that's why I set her straight. And you saw what I did to her, but that won't, I don't want to do that anymore. We made up.
Good.
You see what I mean? That's what I mean about Cynthia. It's like poor guy comes on the show and gets attacked for no reason,
Yeah.
And it's like, that was hard, And then of course I felt like I had to defend him because he's my boyfriend. And it's like, what are you doing? Let me get to know him first. Don't judge him. You don't even know him.
It says a lot about Louis that he was able to stay with you through all of that, because it's not easy. It's not easy when you
thank God. I know.
Criticism, totally. Mates coming for you. It's like, wait, what?
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, he could have left me and been like, I'm not taking this shit, and walked away. And I'm grateful he didn't, because a lot of men can't handle that.
No, it's not easy.
Do you think the show made it harder for you and Mike, or it didn't really affect you guys?
I wouldn't say it didn't affect us at all. I don't think the show makes it easy on any relationship. I'm very transparent with my relationships, even my friendships on the show. The show doesn't always make it easy, because sometimes I feel like, the ladies that I'm close to on the show, sometimes we get into it about things, and, I have to ask myself, would it be like this if we weren't working together, on a show together? So, I don't blame the show in any way whatsoever, because I think at the end of the day, like Teresa and Louis, if it's right, you can fight through it. And if it's meant to be, then, you'll just go through it and you'll just come out on the other side.
So, I mean, but like you guys are just saying, like Teresa's just saying, this is maybe why your next guy, you kind of just do it behind the scenes.
Well, that's what she's saying that's what she wants to do.
Yeah, I'm not.
I've heard that from the New York housewives, like Luann and stuff. They're like, no guy wants to come around. And even like Dorinda says, guys don't want to come around. They don't want to be around the show because they see what it does,
But Mike had already been, he does TV. That's what he does.
He's been doing television, for years.
Forever.
But it's different kind of television.
Yeah, nothing is as crazy ass as the crazy ass, housewives, for sure.
Yeah, there was nothing I could do to prepare Mike for this type of platform. And,
totally different.
He did his best. And, I love him and appreciate him for that. But again, it's not easy. And it doesn't matter how long you've been on television. Until you come to the Real Housewives, it's a
totally different game.
It's a whole new piece. And Cynthia, I don't know if I even told you actually when we were talking, but Mike says the same exact things about you. I love Cynthia. I respect Cynthia. Mm-hmm. I want nothing. Every single text is like, I want nothing but her to be happy. I love her. I'll always love her. Sometimes things just don't work. You don't work together.
Exactly.
And I don't think I've ever even told you this. He always says that because I'll check into, it's tough when both of them and how are you? You want to make sure both are good. And there's never been one negative thing ever that has ever come out of his mouth about you.
No,
I love to hear that.
Yeah, one of the things I appreciate about him is that, he's solid, and he's a class act, and no matter what, we're always going to be friends and, protect each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we know that at the end of the day in our heart that this was the right thing for us to do. And I think we both feel pretty good about it. And I don't want to completely speak for him, nor that I want this podcast to be completely all about Mike either.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't want to talk about him for the next 30 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but we're good. And he's a class act. And, I'm always here for him. I'm always a phone call away.
Cynthia, I'm so excited about your new movie, Blossom. Where can we watch it?
Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. You can watch Blossom on BET Plus. And it feels good to kick off the new year with a movie.
Yes.
I actually have another one coming out again in February. And it just is so amazing to see your work. That, I've been working this whole time, but you guys as an actress, you guys don't get to see like that, the daily grind that I have to do to get better, to grow as an actress. The auditions, I actually have to do a self-tape when I get off of this podcast. I'm actually meeting with my acting coach, but
awesome.
It's going well. And, acting is, it's a different beast as someone who's played themselves for the past 11 years. It's fun. It's fun to actually get to be other people. I absolutely love it. It's a little different from Housewives. I know, like, a lot of times when we'll shoot a scene, when the show comes on, I'm always like, oh my God, what's going to happen in this scene? Like, it's always that nervous feeling like, how is it going to be edited? And one of the great things about, being an actress is I'm literally stalking the director. Like, when is it coming out? Can I see some clips? To see the work.
Yeah, you're excited to see this one.
Exactly.
Excited to watch Blossom.
You're not watching it with like your eyes closed, like, oh shit, here's another scene. Here we go again.
Oh my God. Yes. So it's great. My acting chapter has been incredible. I know it feels like I've been at it for a while now, but it's only been like a little over a year. And I have to say, looking back last year with everything that I had going on, with my mom and, going through a divorce, I was really able to stay focused on my acting career and, just stay the course. And I'm reaping the rewards of it. And, I love it. More to come.
That's awesome.
You've been crushing it. Oh my, only a year. It feels like you've been at this.
Doing it forever, right?
Yeah, no, you've done a lot. You've done a few movies on Lifetime and stuff. So that's amazing.
You know what? When I left Housewives, I was like, okay, what am I going to do now? I was like, I got to stay on TV. Like, I just got to figure out how to stay on TV.
And LA was like the perfect, there's so much more opportunity out there, right?
Absolutely.
Totally.
And, that's where my manager is. That's where my agent is. But I was fortunate enough to, as soon as I left, it feels like I've just never left TV because as soon as I left Housewives, we went right into Girls Trip. And then after that, then I went right into the Celebrity Big Brother house. And then right after that, it was like all these other things.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Cynthia, your big brother. Remember that?
Oh my! I try not to. I'm still traumatized. Oh my
They
God!
asked me to do that too, and I was like, I can't. I was like,
You can do it. You can do it. Like, I went into it honestly thinking I would be there maybe like 2 weeks tops if I made it 2 weeks, and I never thought in a million years I would be final 3. In a million years, I never thought.
I know, but Cynthia, you can't call like home, right? You can't. They give you.
No, you can't.
They take your phone away, and that's why I have the kids. So I was like,
You're
there's
a
no way I
prisoner.
could do that.
Yeah.
You need to wait a little longer till the kids are out.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
It was hard. But you know what happens? You know what it is, Teresa? This is how it works. When you first go in there, the first week is probably the toughest because you're still connected to in your mind, you're still thinking about the outside world. But once the house becomes your reality, like, I didn't even want my phone when I got out. By the time I finally got out, I was so disconnected from everyone. I remember turning on my phone after like a month.
Oh my God.
That's a long time.
The biggest slot machine was like ding, 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 ding. Like I was bombarded with like tons of messages, tons of texts.
Wait, so you didn't speak to Noelle for a month?
No.
Wow. Well, see, because she's older, so you were good. Like I could
No,
never.
she was 22, but she's still like my baby. Like
I know.
And her husband and Mike. She didn't talk to Mike. Nothing.
And I celebrated Valentine's Day in there, and I celebrated
your birthday
in there. Which
oh my God,
Cynthia, remember we're getting together for sushi and drinks, and you get all serious, and I'm like, what is actually happening right now? And you're like, I have to tell you something, and I was like, oh fuck, and I was like, no, wait, and then the drink gets down, and I'm like chugging my drink, I'm like, oh my God, is this like, I haven't even like ordered my spicy tuna roll. And you're like, I have to tell you something. And you're all serious and you get quiet and you're like, I'm going to be doing Celebrity Big Brother and I'm leaving like next week. And I was like, Jesus, I thought it was going to be like,
oh my God.
I didn't know what I was going to expect. And you were so serious.
I was pregnant.
Yeah, but you know what, Cynthia, that was like when you were with Mike, like, was that hard too, leaving him?
It was very hard. I think that was very
Yeah.
difficult for Mike, for me to just be gone and not be able to have any communication, because although, we, we're in a bi-coastal relationship, a lot of the relationship, we still talked and FaceTime like 100
all the time.
You know what I'm saying? You can live with someone and be with them every day and not be that present with them. So we always had, great communication in that way. And it was tough. It was tough for me too. It was really tough for me. And when I got out, like, I just needed a minute to like reset and reboot, because I was just not used to being back in the world.
It's
and,
a long time to be disconnected.
Yeah.
A long time.
That happened with me, guys. I came home from my honeymoon, then I went on Dancing with the Stars.
Yes.
And it was like, and here I am, like, I just got back from my honeymoon, and then I have to be this close, like I'm doing it with my hands, like face to face, like this close with another man.
Yep.
And it was like intense. And it was like, yeah, I mean, that was hard too. So I'm glad I only lasted 2 weeks, because because I felt like I'm like, I wanted to come home from my honeymoon and like be home a little bit with, Louis first before doing Dancing with the Stars, but it just happened so quick. And something that I've always wanted to be on, so I couldn't say no. Yeah. But it all worked out.
Look at this, you a-holes. We're talking about Dancing with the Stars and Big Brother. Literally 2 of the biggest shows that have ever been on. You guys can both
Cynthia,
suck
you gotta
it.
be on Dancing with the
I will
Stars
drop
next.
that shit. I'll be like, bye, Josh. Have a good month. I'll see you later. I'm going to go touch someone else's penis with my vagina through our clothes and a dirty dance all day. I'm good.
No, but it was intense. Like, I'm telling you, Dancing with the Stars was no joke. Like, for me.
Everyone that I know that has done that show, Teresa, said it's like one of the hardest things.
Oh my! Because I had no dance experience. If you have dance experience, then
you build it on there.
But it was intense. So God loves me. He did it perfect. 2 weeks, it was good. I was like, peace out. Yeah,
no, that was good. That was really good.
It really was.
But if you're doing like, Cynthia, say you get another call like this, like you and I meet and you're telling me this, and it's like what's happening, and like we're not supposed to talk about it. I didn't even want to tell Josh. If you're there and you get some news, or you meet a guy, or you're doing something huge, and you're in Hotlanta, who is the first one that you would call of the ladies, let's say, from the show? Or even not on the show, but from the show that who would be like the first one that you'd call to like tell them this news?
Who's the closest you're with?
Honestly, it would be Candy or Kenya. Kenya and I have made up, and it's been great. And
good.
It feels good. It feels good that we have connected again, and we've been having a lot of fun together. And we just kind of like, when you like fall out with someone.
You guys got divorced.
We got divorced,
and then Kenya's single too, so you guys could be on the out together, hot mamas.
Oh yeah, that's double trouble. Double trouble right there for sure.
Yeah, and that's fun when you have another single girlfriend hanging out with you. You know,
it's funny because every time I'm single, she's in a relationship. Every time I'm like, married, she's single or whatever. We're never single at the same time. So finally, I'm, going to start dating soon, and, she's, getting back out there and starting to date. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So it would be Candy or Kenya if I had to pick someone from the show. Although, Kenya and I didn't talk for a long time, I still looked at her as a sister. I was just mad at her for a long time.
Look at how you guys have come. Like, you guys probably couldn't even say each other's name for a while without getting.
I could say her name. I just didn't say it in a good way.
Without swear words around it, I meant.
No, but that's a true friendship when you could come back from it. That's awesome.
And I think when it's real, you can always come back. It's like any relationship, when it's real, the love never goes away. You can. You have your ups and downs, you have your peaks and valleys, but, I have one real sister, and I will say, I do look at Kenya like a sister. So it was like sister love. If I get mad at my sister Mal, like I won't be mad at her for that long, but, I may feel some kind of way for a while, and we may not be as close, during that time. And I felt like I just needed that space for myself. And, for me, I was actually like going through so much. Like when I look back, now that I'm in
You
therapy,
need to heal. You need to heal.
like I was literally, when we did that girls trip, I was moving to a new city, a new state, a new marriage, perimenopause, new career, like everything was new and everything
Crazy.
was happening at the same time. So I had a lot going on, especially, we don't talk about perimenopause enough. Like hormonally, there's a lot of things that were just not balanced for me. And I'm not blaming everything on that, because I probably would have still been pissed off about the things that really hurt my feelings. But I think it was worse
It's a lot.
being a little bit off balance.
How often do you get asked? I don't think we've ever talked about it, but you're saying like, time and coming back and finding each other again.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get asked all the time about you and Nene?
All the time.
All the time. You can't escape it.
All the time. Still to this day, people are like, oh my God, have you spoken to Nene? I love you and Nene. Like forever, forever, forever. And then when Kenya and I weren't talking, oh my God, I want you and Kenya to be friends again. I love you, your friendship, whatever, all the time. She got it. I'm sure Nene still gets it all the time. Yeah. I started the show. Nene was my friend that they put me with when I first started Housewives. So God,
Dude, you guys have been through it. Talking about being through it.
we've had a lot of ups and downs, but I've always said this, I'll say it to her, and I've always said it publicly. I'll always have love for Nene. We don't have to be best friends or friends at all if that's what it is. But, I'm never going to not see her and say hello if I see her. As a matter of fact, when was the last time I saw her? Oh, I saw her at Portia's wedding. I saw her at Portia's wedding.
Nice.
And we got a chance to catch up, and it was all good. It's always love when I see her.
You're cool with that. I mean, there's no one that you are like on the outs with ever, I feel like.
Well, I was on the outs with Kenya when we were on that.
Yeah, but right now, like there's
And
no
I was
one.
on the outs with Nene when we were on the outs. But
Oh well, shoot! I'm talking about. Sorry, outside of those two.
2023, I'm in a cool place with everyone. Like, and that's where I want to be. Like,
That's
you don't
good.
ever
Yeah.
genuinely connect with who you connect with. I'm not saying I'm besties with everyone, but I love all these ladies that I've had like real experiences with and real relationships with. And I don't want to be anybody's enemy. Like, I don't even have time for that. Like, that's just not who I am. Like, I don't even want that energy in my universe. Like,
Right.
we don't have to be friends, but we don't have to be enemies. Like, let's
Right.
Totally.
each other. It's cool. And, cheers and, just keep it moving, have a drink, laugh, hug, and keep it moving.
Exactly.
Do you know the new crew?
I do. I met Sanya. Sanya had reached out to me via text, I think. And we talked a little bit. And then I saw her at a job that we both were doing together. And she was like, oh my gosh, she's like so cute and sweet. She's like, let's do a TikTok. And I was like, okay. And she's like,
Oh, the TikTok sitting down at the event. Yeah.
she's ready. Okay. And I'm like, I still can't figure out how to do TikToks without Noelle.
I know. It's so complicated.
Like, all you do is this. I was like, just tell me what I have to do, because I suck at this kind of stuff. So she was like, just walk over there, do this, and then I'm going to come here, whatever. And I was like, and you're just going to edit it and send it to me? She was like, yeah, we'll do a collab. And I was like, I didn't even know what that was then. So I was like, okay. And she did it. And it was so funny and ironic. It was one about me coming back on the show. And at the time, I was like, that's not happening. That's not happening. And the TikTok was like, is that something? Is that? Ooh, I wonder if she, and then it's like all this like speculation. But at the time, again, it was nowhere in the air. There was not even anything that I was focused on. So I adore her. She's a sweetheart. And who else is the new girl? There's
Drew.
a girl.
Did you know Drew?
Well, Drew's not that new anymore. Drew's like in now, but I adore Drew. Actually, was just texting with her. Drew's amazing. Love, love, love.
How is your mom, by the way, Cynthia?
My mom is good. My mom is
Thank God.
completely cancer free. Thank God.
You see, you came home and you made her better.
Yep, she rang the cancer bell. I made her a priority, of course, because she has been making me a priority her entire life. And the best thing, it's so funny how God just moved my steps like that, like kicked off me coming here. And then once I was here, I had time to be back in my space and think about my relationship and just life and how life is too short and, just, being there to support her. And she's cancer free. Again, she rang the cancer bell.
God bless. God bless.
She's in a really, really good place mentally. My dog, my old little overweight Pomeranian Bailey, he's having some issues, and we were actually, I don't know how long he's going to be around. So we're kind of dealing with that right now, but just keep him in prayer. He is older. but he's hanging in.
How old?
He's like, well, he's been around for almost 9 years for human years. So
that's good though for a dog.
Yeah. My friend's dog just lasted. Two of my friends' dogs lasted 17 years.
Wow, that's
insane.
They were Shih Tzus. Yeah, Shih Tzus.
Okay, I don't know.
They were shit shoeing all over the house at that age.
But yeah, I don't know how long Pomeranians last, but that's crazy. But that's nice, you know.
That's like 182 in normal people years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You're literally just walking around with shit in your diaper all day. Like that's.
I know.
Cynthia.
Yes.
Is there, okay, what else? Is there anything you wanted to hit on, talk about, throw out there?
I just wanted to definitely tell you guys to check out Blossom on BET Plus. It's now streaming on BET Plus. And to just continue to support me. I appreciate all the support that I'm getting from everyone. Although, you know, I've come out on the other side of all the different things that I was dealing with last year. I still need, you know, inspiration. I still need motivation because it's not easy, especially when you're starting over alone, you're rebuilding by yourself. You know, it's tough. But I will say that I am in a great place. I'm in a great space mentally.
Beautiful.
Happy. I'm literally so in love with my own self right now.
And that's really important because they say when you love yourself, then you're able to love someone else.
Absolutely.
And that's when you're open to receive love.
Absolutely.
So that's really important.
And I want to be that woman that as I age to continue to just age with grace and, you know, just really inspire, you know, other women like, you know, that are in their 50s to just, you know, just live in their truth and know that it does get greater later. And, you know, you truly become, you know, wiser as you become older. And it's a beautiful thing.
Very true.
You know, at this point in my life right now, I've done so much work. I've just started to really just pour so much work spiritually, emotionally, and physically into myself that it's like opened up a whole new world for me. Like the health and wellness lane, because it has to be a priority as you get older, because if you live, you are going to get older. It's just something that's going to happen. And getting older is a luxury. A lot of people don't live to see 55, 56.
Totally. It's a good way to look at it.
I do not take it for granted. So you guys are going to be seeing a lot of me dancing and, you know, working out and getting massages and eating right and, you know, just living my life, you know, acting, you know, whatever it is that I want to do, because I really do want, you know, I just want to continue to, you know, just walk toward my purpose and just be a good human being and have fun doing it. And that's really, I think that's really the key to me.
No, it is. No, and everything you just said is so on point, especially at this point in our lives.
Yes.
Like we have to strengthen our bodies,
Yes.
eat right. Yeah, massages are really important. Everything you said, like
Everything
focus on ourselves.
Self-care. It's all self-love and self-care. And just even like going back to relationships, just having healthy relationships with the people that I'm around. Like I don't want to be at odds with anyone. I just don't want to. It just doesn't, it's not where I'm at in my life. And I don't want to be in that place. So I'm good. I'm good. And I can't wait to share all the great things that happen, you know, that I have happening for 2023. I'm super optimistic and I'm ready.
You look good. I mean, you look.
Yeah.
I always
feel
look
the
amazing.
energy through the computer. I do. I feel it.
You always look amazing. You look so amazing as always. And it is like you said it. There's a lot of words that can describe housewives that have been on as long as both of you. But the grace.
Great.
There's so many positive things that people say about you. And I think that's why we love you. I think that's why you and Teresa get along. You guys are just both amazing people. I think that's why the three of us connected so well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm proud of you and I think you're awesome and you're a fucking rock star.
Thank you.
You are amazing. And I'm honored to be your friend always, you know. Yeah.
And I can't even imagine kicking off our first having had sex with Teresa guest then with you.
Officially, you know, Teresa's hot. I mean, I know she's weird and everything, but I love Louis, but you know, she can give me a kiss or something. I don't know.
I think we did kiss. I think we might have kissed in the Ultimate Girls trip. She had really soft lips.
Actually, yeah.
She had really soft lips.
I keep looking at her lips. I'm like, they look luscious, like and nice and juicy.
I am a great kisser. Let's just put that out into the universe.
Let's put that out there for all you men and maybe ladies listening. Let's put that out there. You guys thank Cynthia. I mean, I can't think of a better way to kick off Namaste Bitches' first guest. You're popping our first guest, Cherry.
Yes.
What?
Love
you guys,
it.
thank you so much, everyone listening and tuning in to hear Cynthia freaking Bailey. Cynthia, where can they find you on Instagram?
Cynthia Bailey. Just Cynthia Bailey with the little blue check.
And the little blue check. You guys, thank you for listening every Wednesday, for tuning in. We love, love, love your support. Don't forget to follow, rate, and review Namaste Bitches wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget you can follow us too at Namaste Bitches Pod. Teresa, where can they find you?
At Teresa Judice with the little blue check also.
And I am at Melissa Feaster with a little blue check too. Boom, bitches. Who's certified?
Baby, the blue checks are checking.
I spend my life trying to get verified in all aspects. So at least Instagram could do that for me. You guys, thank you for listening as always. Cynthia, we love you. We love you.
Cynthia, we love you. Thank you.
We'll see you next